Hi, magandang araw po sa inyo. My name is Atty Magsino. I'm a UK lawyer and my job today is to discuss about what sole responsibility is. You see, maraming mga tao ang nagtatanong, maraming tao ang nabigo na refuse ang visa simply because of not understanding or providing relevant information or documents needed by the caseworker to prove what sole responsibility is. But the first question that you have to ask me, attorney, what is sole responsibility at all? Why is it required? When does it apply? So, iisa-isahin natin yan in our series now, and maybe this topic shall be chunked or divided into parts kasi mahaba. Maraming ang nabibigo dito. Now, the first thing that we say, kailan ina-apply? When does the sole responsibility apply? Kailan siya applicable? It applies when the UK sponsoring parent, for example, ikaw na nasa UK, ay may anak sa Pilipinas, for example, and it just so happened that the other parent ay wala na sa buhay ninyo, for example. Yan naman lagi pa usually na magkahiwalay na yung mag-asawa tapos kukuhanin yung anak. So that is sole responsibility. You have to prove that you are exercising major or big or making big decisions to the life of a child, and that is the definition of sole responsibility. Kailangan mong mapatunayan na ikaw ang gumagawa ng malalaking desisyones sa buhay ng bata, and that is the basic one. Ikaw ang kumukontrol sa bata. Okay? So, ngayon mga kaibigan, pag-aaralan natin, what is the test? What is the test for sole responsibility? How does the UK immigration assesses the sole responsibility? And the first question that I will ask or I will tell you is you must prove that you are making the big decisions towards the life of the child. At may mga tatlong elements yan, and I'm going to read my notes here mga kaibigan, so for clarity and for better understanding. Number one, you have to have a proof of maybe having the child sole custody. Yung custody na yan, usually dumadaan ka ng regional trial court. But some of the families, they don't have this anyway. Or you can prove that you are having sole responsibility, which I have discussed already, that you must be making the big decisions to the life of the child. And you are the primary guardian of the child. Now, which criteria? Ano-ano mga criteria ang ginagamit ng Home Office for this? Now, number one question that the Home Office will assess or will ask the applicant is which parent is responsible for overseeing the daily undertaking or the daily life of the child. Sino-sino ang responsable sa pang-araw-araw na buhay ng bata? So, bagamat as we all know, that there will be a physical distance between the child and the parent who is in the UK. So very likely, may distance na. But the Home Office will always check whether the UK sponsoring parent is regularly making calls or is very interested to the upbringing of the child. Kailangan mapatunayan mo if you are the sponsoring parent, the reason why you're watching here, of course. You have to prove that you are always calling, talking to your child. And I would suggest, because of the modern technology, it is very likely that you have to keep calling every day. If not every hour by just text or messages. Kailangan may pakita mo yon. Are you the one who is the one making the payment for tuition fees? for extracurricular activities? Who is the one directing or instructing the guardian to go to school, pay this, pay that, buy this, buy that? You have to show that. There are documents that you have to provide to prove that. Okay? Now, the second question that the Home Office may ask, and document must be provided in this, is that which parent is more often in direct contact with the child? Now, you have to be careful on this, mga kaibigan, because making an application under the sole responsibility regime is not easy. Because if the Home Office or the caseworker or the consul will know that you, as the UK sponsoring parent, and the other parent are responsible towards the child, then it will be nearly impossible for you to say that you have a sole responsibility. That's why sinatawag na sole is solo, o yung tinatawag na solo parent. Kaya minsan, maraming mga tao ang may solo parent ID. Yun ang palagi kong hinahanap o ipinapagawa sa kanila. If you are really the primary or the sole responsible parent, pumunta ka sa munisipyo na nag-i-issue ng solo parent ID. Kaya medyo mahirap ito eh. It's a black box, I would say. Because mahirap, maraming documents ka kailangan patunayan. And if you're just gonna be relying on somebody's what somebody did or what she or he did, they may have succeeded. But just because they did succeed doesn't always guarantee that you will succeed, because each case is being assessed according to its own merits. Number three, the third question that the Home Office may ask is, which parent, alin sa inyong dalawa ng ex mo, oversee the child's financial needs? Sino nagpapadala ng pera sa pagsuporta sa bata? Is that you? Or is that the other parent? Or are you sending both? Now again, you have to be careful, because if both of you are both sending money towards the child, then the Home Office may refuse the application because the other parent is also sending money to the child. Now, it's not, you have to be, I'm not saying, and I'm going to explain, I'm not saying that because the other parent is sending money is bad, or hindi ko sinasabing hindi dapat siya magpadala. Tungkulin o karapatan ng isang magulang na magpadala at sumuporta sa anak. However, if you're applying for the child to come to the United Kingdom, tapos hindi mo isasama yung tatay niya or yung nanay niya, yung other parent, dapat ang labas niyan, sole responsibility. Many people fail because of not understanding that sole responsibility is a strong application. Very, very difficult. Maraming bumagsak dyan. Now, which parent oversee the child's financial needs? Bagamat lagi na lang sasabihin ng Home Office that by supporting the child's needs financially, they will normally say, the Home Office lawyer in court where I represent clients, they will all say it's not conclusive. But I always say it's a big factor. Malaking factor yon na yung magulang, yung sponsoring parent, which is you, ang siyang primerang nagpapadala at sumusuporta sa bata financially. Number 4, which parent determines how the child will be brought up? Sino sa dalawang magulang, ikaw ba o yung ex mo, ang nagdidesisyon kung saan papasok ang bata, kung saan magpapagamot ang bata, o kung anong relihiyon, which kind of faith will the child be taking? Is he gonna be a Christian, a Muslim, or whatever? So these are the three limbs that the UK sponsoring parent must understand. You have to show that you are making the big decisions to your child's life in terms of schooling, in terms of faith or religion, or in terms of medication such as hospitalization kapag yan ay nagkasakit. And number 5, which I always see, is there a lack of contact? Yun bang ex mo ay madalas kumontak o wala na siyang pakialam sa buhay ng bata? And then the Home Office will likely see whether you have proof of communications. With the modern technology now, you don't have a reason not to provide communications. So, kahit Facebook yan, WhatsApp, telephone calls, FB Messenger, maraming proof. So, what I'm saying, mga kaibigan, is sole responsibility, I would say, is a black box. Again, I will repeat that. When I mean that, is that it's not easy, it's not as straightforward. So, it is important for you, and I'm willing to assist you to understand the case and give you insights on how to address the sole responsibility regime. What kind of documents is necessary? What kind of information are necessary? Anong pwede mong ibigay? Kung wala ito, anong pwede mong isubmit? So, I'm going to finish this for now. And on the next video, part 2, I'm going to show you on how to address those issues pertaining to sole responsibility. Thank you so much. Bye for now.